Hi students, Professor Laney here. I wanted to do a quick walkthrough on what Google Notes LM is, so everybody has an idea of what this tool looks like and what it can do. So as you're coming to this link, I put a link in every assignment where you're going to need it, and it opens up this, I guess it's like some sort of like a desktop or like a toolbar type situation, and you're going to see three sections. So over here on the left, it's these sources. Now I've already plugged in the sources for you. This is cut and paste from our book. You'll see this LibreText kind of situation. And anytime in any application, just hover and it'll tell you things like, okay, what is this for? What is this for? So again, you're in the thing that I already set up. So as you're learning it, just kind of poke around. Okay. I wouldn't suggest adding anything because you really don't need to. Again, we are leaning heavily on our book, but at the same time, we are taking this to the next level so we can put ideas together, see them organized in a little bit different way, and you guys get to pick how you like it. It's not how I like it. It's not how I want it. It's for you. So this middle part, consider it like a chat. And so you can ask it questions. It gives you prompts here. But the goal of this assignment is to put the information of the chapter in a way that makes sense to you for a study guide. Now, again, some people are, I don't need a study guide. I just like look it over real quick, poke around, answer the prompts in the assignment. I really want to give you this next piece of the learning because anybody can read a book and spit out answers on a quiz. That's not really learning. But once you connect or spend a little bit of time with the information, then you're going to learn it in a way that makes sense to you. And that's the point of learning. It doesn't need to make sense to me. It needs to make sense to you. This is your class. Okay. So what I'm saying is that all the information is already here on the left, and you can select all or select one at a time to learn each part of it. But I'm suggesting you literally select all so you can put it all together. So you can create a video, an explainer video. You can make a report. You can make your own quiz. You can make an own data table. You can make an infographic, a mind map. You can put it into audio if you are an audio learner. The slide deck is something that I use to make the PowerPoints for this chapter. So everything that you're going to see from me that's like a PowerPoint, I started with this and then I edited on the backside. So if you want to do that, you're going to get something like mine. So why don't you skip that? So here's the deal. Let's do mind map. This one's pretty quick. Since some people are very visual and they want to see what I'm at. So notice I clicked it once. And if you scroll down, you'll see in the bottom corner here, it says generating mind map. So it's going to put it together. It says based on 5 sources. It's these 5 sources over here. Other chapters that have like 7 sections or 11 sections, you're going to see that corresponding number. It's going to take a hot minute, but if you even look over here, let's say we're going to do a quiz, you click over here, it'll give you more information. You could say, I only want 10 questions, fewer or more. I want it to be easy, medium, hard. You can say, my crazy teacher right here, my crazy teacher is making me do a quiz later and I want to get a 5 out of 5 on it or something like that. What should I be studying? Ask it. And it's not that it's giving you the answers, it's telling you like a map. It's kind of telling you what the highlights of the chapters should be, what you should be knowing, what would be important to know as you're moving into a quiz. Now, the quizzes for our classes are called checkpoints. And it's really just like at the end of the reading, again, you can do the quiz first, you can do this first, and then the quiz. Like it's up to you. However, it makes sense for the learning to connect to you. Again, if we're in college and we're not learning, why are we doing it? And if we're in college and we're having to learn it the way the professor says so, but that doesn't work for your brain, how are we learning it? Again, I'm just very lucky that we work in human development and child development and early childhood education, and I understand what it takes for people to learn. And it's literally can be completely opposite of the way I learn. So my job is to present this in multiple ways that you guys can access that make sense to you. Okay. So again, you can ask it questions. This again was this little arrow here on any of these things. Again, if you are a flashcard person, like I used to use Quizlet, you could say, I want more, I want them to be easy, and then generate. And it down here again in the studio right here, it tells you what you're generating. You click all these buttons, right? You can also go into the chat here and say, down here, I don't know if you can see my toolbar. It's like still on there. Okay, down here it'll say, give you like a chat. I don't know. Let's move this out of the way. Oh yeah, let's move that out of there. Hi, my professor wants me to make a study guide of my choice. How do I do that? I mean, you can literally ask it, and it's not giving you the answer. The fact that you have to stop and create that question helps you start to make a plan of action. And that's really the point of higher learning, synthesizing, and asking the right questions. Coming up with those questions on your own versus me telling you what to do is how you are processing the information clearly and more professionally and easierly and betterly. Fantastic. Okay. So it's going to tell you these are the key areas, right? Let's view more. If you hover over one of these things, it'll tell you the source, tell you where it got it from, right? Excellent, right? These are the theories, right? Know your preference and familiarity. I'm new. I don't even know what a study guide is or how I learn best. Let's do it, right? It's not super empathetic. It's not going to hold your hand, but it's going to kind of point you in the right direction here. It's just a simple tool. You might like it visually. You might like it with repetition and practice. You might be a reader. You might be audio. What would you like me to create a tailored report? And I'd be like, sure. Like, how about, yeah, let's do a tailored report and see what happens. By the way, it puts it over here in the studio, which is really cool because now everything is almost like what you created. And it's see how it's over here in the bottom right here. And then here you can you can add some notes for yourself. See, it's all generating all these things. If you kind of see over here where this showed me note, I can be write myself a note. You can ask me like figure out a question in there and then send it to me, right? Over here, you can link it. It's up to you. To get out of this, just go back to Studio. It basically takes you back one. Now we can go back to what we were doing, right? If we wanted to look at our flashcards, it's going to give us our flashcards. And then you can rate it right here. Current Windows, click the blah, 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 the little expansion icon. Cool. What principle of development says that change apparent across the life that early experiences? How do I answer this? Oh, I guess I answer it out loud. Hold on. Oh, okay. I would say that's sequential development or longitudinal development. I don't know exactly what it's asking. Let's see here. Development is lifelong. All right. Development is described as blank because individual gains in some areas like, bidirectional or moves forward and moves backwards. There we go. Close, close. Which developmental domains includes changes in height, weight, sensory capabilities, and nervous system? Oh, physical domain. Oops, let me go back. Okay. The blank domain encompasses changes in intelligence, wisdom. Oh, cognitive. What does the social and emotional domain primarily focus on? Emotions, emotional development, regulation, and societal cohesion. Okay. Oh, I went back. Yeah, good. Okay, good. Now let's go back. Okay, now I go to the next one. The concept plasticity was supposed to tell me the fact that the brain is changeable and especially children can be resilient and overcome adverse childhood experiences. Okay. So if that's the way that you learn, awesome, right? You could say that that's good, that's bad, that's whatever, but good. You can give it ratings. It just makes it better. So again, it's up to you. How would you create a study guide? Are you like this? So again, after you make, let's say you are going to be doing, here's the mind map. This is so fun. Let's make it big. So it starts with the 5 sections, right? The basic issues in the intro of that module, the chapter. And then if you hit this, it'll show you the expansion, which is so cool. Check this out. What? And I'm just scrolling in and out with the roller on my mouse. And then I could go here, developmental theories. Look at these are the 4 areas of the theories. And then we could talk behavior and social learning. This is where we get like behaviorism. These are all the people that say that behavior is either reinforced or not reinforced, right? Cognition is where we get Piaget. Ecological is where we get Bronfenbrenner. Okay, so I'm just scrolling in and out, right? So it's super cool because you can like see what's, again, I'm just moving the mouse around. What if I want to do psychodynamic? This is Freud. Yes. So really cool stuff. Issues in development. It's going to push that out. Look at all that. So this is the mind map, which is so cool, right? So if I want to make it smaller, let's make it smaller. And then over here, you can delete it if you want, right? But at the same time, let's go back to studio and say, this is my jam. This is how it helps me. Okay, we're going to click here and then we're going to go here, share. Now, to share it in the assignment, give me the URL, and then you're going to, what I would like you to see is anyone with a link can access, but you're going to just copy the link and send that in to the assignment where I say, share your link. You can do a screenshot too. It really doesn't matter to me. Again, if you don't know how to do that, that's fine. You can share the link and just put that in there. Answer the prompts for the study guide information on that assignment, and you're good to go. So a lot of cool stuff in here. Have fun with it. You're going to see a link to every chapter I have set up for the class so you guys can play around with it. In fact, I'm considering putting like some chapters together as a unit and having you guys play around with that for extra credit. Ooh, right before the exams. So pretty cool. If you have any questions at any time, don't hesitate to ask, and I'm here for it. So let's have a good semester and let me know what you need. Thanks.